All right, welcome back to yet another Music Monday with Mr. Meskel. Today we're going to be talking about the elements of music, and we're going to be combining those elements. It's going to be a great time.
Today is gonna be a little something more. I've got a plan in mind, a special thing in store. The light bulb inside my head says, get out and play. 'Cause you never feel this way. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. My lucky day. Don't need a pot of gold, a rabbit's foot or to be told. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day.
Today's learning target is I can combine elements of music. Today's success criterion is students will explore activities that combine musical elements. And you will go over to Seesaw and you will describe what you learned today or what activities you were exploring. Hey everybody, I am so glad that we get to spend another week together here on Music Mondays. I have a quick announcement before we get going. If you recall, a few weeks ago on Music Monday, we talked about our Fab Family Fun Night at Sacagawea Elementary, where we're going to share out all of our work that we've been doing in our fitness and arts block classes. There has been a change in that. It's still gonna happen, but it's been postponed. What that means is we intend to do it, but we're gonna do it at a different date than what we originally planned. Now that we're going back to school, a lot of changes has happened in the last couple weeks. Suddenly we're transitioning back into hybrid learning. So we're postponing the date of that Fab Family Fun Night. Still gonna happen, just gonna happen at a later date. Stay tuned for more details about that. Today we're talking about the elements of music. What are elements? Elements are building blocks. Think of them like they're building blocks. Elements are something that is smaller that pieces together to make something larger. We use them in science. Some older students who have studied some stuff in science might know that water is actually made up of two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. They combine together and they make water. So you get those elements, hydrogen and oxygen. When they come together, they make water. Music is really similar. We have different elements, and that changes sound into music. So far on Music Mondays, we've talked about rhythm, we've talked about pitch, we've talked about melody, and we've talked about harmony. There's other ones, but we're just going to focus on those so far. Rhythm is the long and short sounds in music. Pitch is the musical term for what's called a frequency. But really think of this, that there are high pitches, there are low pitches, and there's medium pitches. So as they go up, pitches sound higher, and as they go down, they sound lower. So high pitch would be like the tweet of a bird, and the low pitch would be like the big bark of like a big dog. We've also talked about melody. Melody, actually the cool thing about melody is it combines rhythm and pitch to make a different element of music. When you turn on the radio, you listen to a song that you like, the thing that usually stands out to you is the melody. Usually when you're singing a song, that's the melody. Now, the element of harmony is created when we put multiple notes together. A couple weeks ago, I said that harmony is when we play multiple notes at the same time, which it is true. There are multiple notes I just played at the same time there. Some people think of harmony like it is like people getting along and notes getting along together. Partially true, but harmony is the relationship between notes. And think of this, relationships sometimes are happy and sunny, nice and happy, and sometimes they can get a little stormy. Happier, kind of bright, happy, dark and stormy. Harmony isn't always notes getting along. Sometimes there's a little bit of tension in there, and that can be good in music because it creates interest and helps create motion in music. Sometimes we can have a lot of tension in harmony. See how those notes kind of clash together? Ooh, that's tense, right? Just like sometimes even relationships between people can be tense. Relationships between notes can be tense. Relationships between notes can be happy. They can be sometimes dark and stormy. They can be tense. And all of those combined together make harmony. The elements of music are kind of like the building blocks of music. It is what makes noise and sound different from music. So today we're going to play around with that. We're going to experiment with that. So we're going to be combining multiple elements of music together. Here are your instructions for today's lesson. You are going to watch the rest of this video. You're going to go into Seesaw, go to your music class in Seesaw, and then click on activities. That's going to bring you to this list of activities. You're going to click add response, and that is going to bring you to the instructions here for this activity. So you're going to spend at least 15 minutes going through and exploring some of these different activities that I have here. And then when you're done, I want you to do two things. You're going to do two things. You're going to either use the record button over here, or you are going to type me a note, and you're going to tell me what you explored or tell me something that you learned today. So make sure to tell me what you explored or something that you learned. And the other thing is, I really want you to tell me what activity you've done so far in music class that was your favorite. Tell me which activity was your favorite. The reason why is because I got some big plans for some things that I'm going to start building for you guys. And I would just want to make sure that I'm doing something that you're really interested in. So I want to cater to some of the activities that students found a lot of fun. So you're going to do those two things after you spend 15 minutes exploring some of these activities. On each slide, I have instructions for that slide. This video would go too long if I gave you the instructions for each one of these. So if you're interested, you'll click, it'll be in the middle. It's a wee video that I have uploaded onto that page. So you're going to click on that to get instructions. So you're going to click right there and it would bring you to the video. So this activity, I have some videos that are kind of an interactive videos around some musical elements. So I'm doing some ear training stuff with rhythms, with chords, which is when we talk about harmony, when we look at one little slice of harmony, we usually call that a chord, and then some melody recognition. There's no pictures right here. Sorry, can't. The Seesaw was being a little funky for me, so I was having a hard time messing with that. This has some 6 different lessons about some musical elements. All these things are things we've kind of covered, but this is just presented from somebody different. These down here are by a guy named Mr. Smith. You probably actually recognize him. He's also teaches in Vancouver, and 2 other videos by a elementary music teacher. This is where we get a little bit more interactive and hands-on. I have a whole bunch of virtual instruments for you guys to play with. These are a little bit more simple, as in like anybody can just click on them and just start going to town and having a good time. This next slide has some more complicated virtual instruments. This one is cool. This is an interactive, a virtual Mbira, bira. It's an African instrument. It kind of reminds me, if you guys have ever played Guitar Hero, it kind of reminds me of that. This is called Groove Pizza. I actually had a lot of fun playing around with Groove Pizza, but you can, it's a way that you can make your own drum beats. And then it gets a little bit more complicated down here. I got a couple of virtual synthesizers for you to play around with if you want to just make some melodies and play with some different sounds. On this page, I've got 5 videos talking about some musical elements. On this page, I've got 7 rhythm play along. So either going to be body percussion, snapping, clapping, saying rhythms. But I've got a handful of these. If you like these, definitely tell me, because I'm thinking about making some of these for my own. So if you like these, tell me so I know that this is something that kids would be interested in. And then the final activity, this is for those of you who are like, hey, Mr. Meskel, I just want to show you my ability to combine elements of music. I want to either play something for you or sing something for you, and I'm going to be combining pitch or melody or rhythm or harmony, combine them in some way and perform that for me. So you're, like I said, you're going to spend 15 minutes on any of these activities. You can spend more if you want. If you go through everything, it's going to take you a few hours. So there's plenty more than you could possibly, well, it would take you a long time to go through all of these. And then when you're done, come back to this page. Make sure you tell me something that you learned, or tell me what you were exploring, and then tell me what is your favorite activity you've done so far this year in music class. All right, I look forward to hearing from you. Always remember to be kind, be compassionate, do awesome things. All right, have a great week.